Mark, what did you feel from a energy standpoint defensively in the second half, particularly just that third quarter stretch where you overwhelmed them? Excuse me.
Yeah, pretty good. I thought first half okay. They played well too, but first couple minutes of the third quarter okay, and then we really cranked up the pressure and the help, and did so with discipline. It wasn't like reckless. I thought we really tuned up there and did a really good job of making everything hard on them. It led to some offensive rhythm for us.
Maxey really had it going in the first half. What did you feel like changed for you guys to slow him down in the second half?
Yeah, first of all, he's a really good player, so sometimes really good players, have their way, and that was the case in the first half. But I think it was the pressure and the help, and even then, he made a left-handed layup, towards the end there that was like a joke. That was a hell of a shot. Like the really good players are going to do that, but the thing that prevents the big nights is taking away the easier stuff, and we didn't do a great job of that in the first half. We did a much better job in the second half.
When you not just him, but defensively overall, is it just about doing better what you do, or do you change stuff that you see that he's doing or that they're doing offensively to counteract that? Or
it's different every night, but a lot of it is the first framework is, are we competing at the level we have to? The second framework is, are we executing the fundamentals at the level we have to? And usually, if you're doing those two things, that takes you a long way. And sometimes the really good players, really good teams, or on certain nights you still have to adjust off that. But that's where the conversation starts. And I thought we did a really good job in the second half of doing those two things, and that was enough to make it difficult on them.
And also Chet, obviously he had a big night for you scoring. He got off to a really good start. Got a few turnaround post-ups, and then also just kind of his overall game.
Yeah, I thought, he was a dominant defensive player tonight. First and foremost, he was great at the rim, great in the help, great in the coverages. He really played at a high level on that end of the floor, and that's just changes our team when he's in that mode. And then had a really good offensive night. I thought we did a good job finding him on the rolls, found him in the zone, found him for some shots, and he mixed in some ISO stuff that was good. So it was a great overall game for him. He played really well.
You outscored the Sixers 72-34 in the paint. What did you see that you liked from the team, just with their aggressiveness on the offensive end? That's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to create space and attack that space on offense, and you're trying to restrict the space and shrink it on defense. And when we're at our best, that's what we're doing on both ends of the floor. I thought we did a good job of that tonight. Even in the first half, there was a shot-making element for them. They made some shots. They shot the ball really well in that half. And so I thought we were really in character for much of that game.
AJ was really impactful in his first game back after a couple missed. Was there a point in training camp where he impressed himself on you as a new player year over year?
Yeah, a year ago in training camp was when he impressed us. He was very clearly a very good player right off the bat. And had a really good build-up last year, worked his way into rotation minutes last season, and then did a great job of doing what really good players do, which is improve through their experiences. He got better with his game, better with his body. Things slowed down for him. He's better year over year for sure, but he had a really high starting point.
What happened with Hartenstein in the third quarter?
We're checking him out right now. We'll see what's going on. Obviously, he left the game. He didn't come back, but we'll take a look at him in the morning, and Mitchell and Isaiah Joe, and we'll have an update for you.
With Hartenstein, is it related to the calf he's been dealing with?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I haven't gotten briefed on it yet.
You mentioned Chet's defense, specifically in that matchup with Andre Drummond. I think Drummond is 70 pounds heavier than him, but it didn't seem like it really bothered Chet too much. Can you speak to just his toughness, his ability to stand his ground down low?
Yeah, he's an impressive player for that reason. His first season he played all five basically at 200 pounds or something. He hovered around there. I don't know what it was, but that's a hard position to play at 200 pounds, and it's because of his competitive instincts and his toughness and his mentality, and then obviously great talent and skill that puts him in position to do that. And he's only gotten better at that. He's expanded what he can do for us with his stuff at the four on both ends of the floor, but at the core, the guy's just a winning, tough player, and it's exhibited with the way that he can hold his own, at that position when we shift him there.
Anybody else for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.